Hi, KCAN's Wealth Spikes presents Make Money Trading. Here we are revealing you 24 trading secrets. We are explaining you 24 trading calls in detail for the month of August. Enjoy trading for the month of August. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share and click on the bell button to receive alerts of our further videos. Here we go into the August rollover series. Shall we go?
Highlight basically on the index activity. Before starting it, basically I'm getting some queries that my audio is not properly audible. So can anyone reply on the chat box? Is my audio properly audible to you all, and is my screen also visible to you all?
Yes, Tarang, both are okay.
Okay, thank you. So basically, to start off with the index activity, July series, it was basically more of a consolidation phase. It was a very lackluster series as there was not much of movement which happened in Nifty and Bank Nifty either. We closed on an absolute flattish note. And it is a second consecutive series where we have seen that Nifty closed on a flattish note. The Nifty closed on a flattish note with hardly any kind of an gain or loss. So if you see on the Nifty front, we have started Nifty with around open interest change was around 2%. That is -2%, and price have changed by just -0.16%. So on a flattish note on a Nifty where it was been clear consolidation after seeing a very sharp movement which we have seen in the last few months. June and July month was more of a consolidation month. On the Bank Nifty front also, we have hardly seen any kind of in price movement, but yeah, open interest, we have seen addition of 6% of open interest, and price decreased by 0.48%. So there is some kind of in short position which we have seen in the Bank Nifty. Basically, on the other hand, also what we have seen is Nifty have been seeing some kind of a long unwinding pressure, and it have started the current expiry with a quite a lighter note with just 95 lakh shares in the open interest. And that's a bit positive sign because the leverage, especially in the Nifty side, the leverage is quite less. So whenever there is a less leverage, it's always a positive sign for the market. So 95 lakh shares open interest, which is quite low. Usually what we see is basically the open interest is basically in the range of 1.5 crores or so. But this post the July expiry, we have started the month with 95 lakh shares open interest, which is quite on the lower side. If you see the put call ratio is also quite decent enough at around 1.16. Now, since yesterday it has become to 1.09, but then to above 1 put call ratio, and it's much in a comfortable level above 1. So basically, for them who want to understand about the put call ratio basically gives us the insights of is the market is in overbought zone or in the oversold territory. So whenever the put call ratio is around 0.80, 0.85, that we consider that market has been into the oversold zone, and we might see some kind of a bounce back in the near term. We did saw in the July month a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken, 3 times the put call ratio did went till 0.85. Approximately 0.85 to 0.90 levels, and from there we did saw some kind of a bounce back. On the higher side, the put call ratio in the bull market, if you see if it reaches to 1.7 to 1.8, that means we are in the overbought territory, and post that we might see some kind of a consolidation or profit booking. So this is basically the range for Nifty. Every index and every stocks has different put call ratio range, but the broader range of put call ratio for Nifty remains between 0.80 to 1.80. And where we don't see we don't find trend daily by seeing the put call ratio, but if any time we see some kind of an adverse put call ratio close to 0.80, yeah, on the lower side, and close to 1.70 on the higher side. That's where we can take any kind of the reverse trade, which is having a good profitability percentage. And if you see the volatility index, on the other hand, it has been quite narrow. It has been continuously inching lower. Currently, it's hovering anywhere around 12 to 13 percentage. The 1 year, it has been trading at a 1 year low. So volatility index, of course, a low volatility index signifies that all is well into the market, and there is not much of a panic into the market. The volatility index clearly it signifies how much panic is there into the market. The high volatility index signifies that there is a lot of panic into the market. Low volatility index signifies, that is the India VIX, signifies that basically there is low panic into the market. So we are at a 1 year low volatility index, but that also at 12 percentage to 13 percentage. Now, so I am getting a lot of queries that there is that I am not been able to. Well, I am not audible. So, Sagar bhai, am I audible properly, or is there any kind of an issue from my side?
No, everything is okay. We are able to hear.
I am audible properly. No?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, volatility index being at 12 percentage, it's also a bit of kind of a risky factor, because volatility index is kind of in spring. So we cannot basically the spring cannot remain lower and for a longer period of time. But once it bounces back, it will be a huge. So that is where we need to basically stay cautious. However, this kind of volatility index can sustain for a month, but we have to be alert in this kind of a low volatility index while playing in options, any kind of in strategies or so. So right now, being at 12 to 13 percentage, it signifies that all is well into the market and there is not much of worry going forward. Now, to give you an insight on the rollover activity, as I made you understand why it is important to see the rollover data. So rollover on the Nifty is basically at around 82.76 percentage versus the 3-month average of around 76 percentage. And with rollover cost of 27 points, indicating majority of the rollover was on the longer side for Nifty. While the Bank Nifty have also seen a good amount of rollover of 81 percentage versus the 3-month average of 76 percentage. With the rollover cost of 141 points, we feel it's a mix of long and short, which got carried forward to the next series for the Bank Nifty. Now, seeing the rollover data, this is, and also the data which we have seen in Nifty, Bank Nifty, this is much of a replica which we have seen in a June month. There is not much change in the data, being it options activity, being it rollover, being it FIS participation. So more or less, it is the replica which we have seen in the June month, hence we can expect more consolidation in the market before any kind of a sharp move in either direction. So at least for the first half of the series, that is for the August series, we can expect some kind of a more consolidation into the market. Now with low open interest, it is likely that market could see a bounce back in the near term. So it's a buy on dip kind of a strategy which you need to follow with a strict stop loss of 15,450, targeting 16,300 for the August series. However, seeing the uncertainty, we would advise to play in a very small quantity and rather focus on an individual theme in the small cap and mid cap space, which are doing good. And unless and until we don't break out on the range, the safe player should not try to initiate any kind of a long or short positions. The range is majorly between 15,500 to 15,950. So unless until we don't take out this range, however, it's difficult. There is always uncertainty where exactly the market would head towards. So, for a risk-averse traders, ideally should avoid trading in Nifty, Bank Nifty futures for as of now, unless until we don't break any kind of in range. But they should concentrate on an individual stock theme in a mid-cap and small-cap space, which have been giving a good returns into in the last couple of months. So that they can, unless and until we don't break any kind of a range till that time, they can concentrate on the mid-cap and small-cap space. Now on the options data, where exactly we have seen the highest open interest on the call and put side, basically why it is necessary to see this data to understand what kind of a range where the market would be in the August expiry. The strike price having the highest open interest on the call side signifies there is a resistance around that level, and strike price where there is an highest open interest on the put side signifies there is a support around that level. So now if you see the this graph, the green graph is basically the put open interest, and the red graph is basically the call open interest, the red bar. Here it signifies that 15,800, which is at current market price, 15,800 level, where 15,800 strike price put option. This is a monthly open interest data, monthly expiry of August contract. So 15,800 15,800 call option has been highest in terms of open interest. So basically the highest call base is at 15,800. And the highest put base, that is the green bar, basically is at 15,000 level, followed by 15,800. So if you consider the nearest strike price call and put options, so 15,800 call and put both are having highest in terms of open interest. So here basically there is not much of range in the market as of now. The market are also bit into dilemma where exactly the Nifty, Bank Nifty could head towards. So if you in the nearest strike price, if you see more or less both 15,800 and call and 15,800 put of the monthly expiry of August series having the more or less same open interest, so been considered as the highest in terms of open interest. So here you need to see where exactly this open interest position is getting shift, either on the lower side or on the higher side. On the lower side, if it gets shifts, that's not a good sign for the market, and if it shifts on the higher side, that's always a good sign for the market, where we might see more upside in the coming trading sessions. So that needs to be watched out since the open interest has been at the same level of 15,800 for call and put. Now the Bank Nifty, if you see the same thing, the red bar is basically the call open interest, and the green bar is basically the put open interest. So here the position is quite scattered between the strike price. 36,000 call option is the highest call base, indicating strong resistance for the Bank Nifty for the August series, while on the lower side 33,000 put option is highest in terms of open interest, indicating strong support zone for the Bank Nifty around that level. So all in all, in the broader range for the Bank Nifty comes between 33,000 to 36,000 for the August month. Now to study on the FI's activity, how they have been positioned, because basically they dominate the market majority of the time. So it's very much necessary to understand where exactly they have been positioned right now. So here basically this is the data. To give you an insight on the cash market, FIs are been negative, and they have been negative with quite a big amount in the cash market, as they are net sellers as of now. Till Thursday, they were net sellers in the cash market segment to the tune of 19,340 crores. So more and more since market were being on a flattish note, so there was more of its selling was been absorbed by the DIIs. So we were being safe at that point of time. But all in all, if you see, FIs were in the cash market segment were on the negative side, and they were net sellers by around 19,000 crores. Now, to give you an insight on the derivatives front, now if you see the graph, now this graph makes us understand where exactly the FIs have been positioned. The red bar is basically the detail of how much FIs are net long or net short in index futures. And the green bar is basically how much client are net long or net short in index futures. Client means the retail clients. And the blue line is basically the Nifty movement. So you have this graph clearly indicates if the bar points higher, that means on the upside, that means the particular segment are net long in index futures. And if it points downward, that means they're net short in index futures. So red bar that signifies of the FI's positioning So they have been constantly from May onwards. They have been constantly buying. They have been constantly buying index futures, and they have been net long in index futures throughout the last 3 months or so, and that has been getting that is supporting the Nifty also. Of course, it's not been inching upwards. It's not been going up, but it's also not been going down. So there is some kind of in support which has been getting through the FIS. So and same way, if you see the client positioning, they have been more or less net short in index futures throughout this journey. So basically, FIS now to give you on the August month how FIS are positioned. So basically, as of now, FIS still continues net long in index futures. Basically, they are net long in index futures with around 35,000 contracts. However, the quantum have reduced. But if you see from the last 3 to 4 trading sessions, we have seen some kind of an increase in the positioning of the FIs in index futures. That is the net long positions. So FIs have been constantly net long in index futures. And however, the quantum have slightly decreased what we have seen in the past. But they are still, but the positive sign that they're still net long with around 35,000 contracts. And long to short ratio is at 1.61, which is also at a comfortable level. Neither they are over optimistic, neither over pessimistic. So 1.61 long to short ratio means for every one short of index futures, they have been having 1.61 of long index futures. So अगर एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इंडेक्स फ्यूचर्स में उनका शॉर्ट है तो सामने उनका 1.6 दैट इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इंडेक्स फ्यूचर्स में लॉन्ग है. So long to short ratio above 1 indicates that they have more long positions than short positions in index futures. So long to short ratio is at 1.61. That is also at a comfortable level. On the rollover front, FIs have rolled over more of its index longs compared to index shorts. They have rolled over around 122% of their index longs. Usually above 100% of index long means they have rolled over all their existing positions, and also they have created fresh positions, fresh long positions in index futures, and hence basically the rollover percentage is above 100, that is 122%. While on the index shorts, they have carried forward only 68% of their index shorts in the next series. Simultaneously, clients are net long in index futures. They've turned net long in yesterday's trade. They are also net long in index futures with 8,233 contracts. So on the derivatives front, basically all is well. There is not much of negative sentiments which we have been getting seeing the FIS data. Now the stocks rollover, which stocks have seen high rollover and what are the stocks where we have seen low rollover. Now these are the top 10 stocks where we have seen high rollover for the August month. Would not go in detail in all of these stocks, but will brief you about some of the counters where we feel some kind of an momentum could be seen going forward for the August month. The first is JSW Steel at current market price of 740. Now we all know how metal sectors have been performing. There's a dream rally in the metal sectors after around 10 years or so. So I think with the JSW Steel, the rollover percentage was quite high at 98.08% versus 93.90%. So, and if you see the open interest addition was 14%. That is on the month-on-month, we have seen open interest have been added by around 14%, with price also increased by 11%. So whenever we see high rollover and also with an increase in base of open interest, that signifies that the positive momentum in the stock would continue, and it's a good stock to play upon in dip or at current market price. So basically, with high rollover, most of the longs have got carried forward, what we feel, and it's a buy on dip stock with a stop loss of 699 and can target 780 to 800 level for the August month. Siemens is another stock, basically at current market price of 1963. What we have seen is basically short addition in this counter. Open interest was up by 30%. and price was down by 4%, and the rollover was at around 97.7 percentage compared to 95.87 percentage. So basically, with a short positions, we feel that the short position have got carried forward to the next series. Rollover cost was nil, so that signifies that the short positions have carried forward to the next series. So basically, for any kind of bounce till 2010, 2020 in Siemens could be a good opportunity to go short, since around that level the stock could face resistance. So can go short around this level in Siemens at around 2010, 2020 with a strict stop loss of 2080. Vedanta is another stock in metal space, where this is basically a miscellaneous. It has metal, oil and gas, everything in this company. But more of a metal is what it has. Basically, Vedanta have also seen some kind of a short covering. At 302, basically we have seen a rollover of around 97.70 percentage, and the counter in July series has been mainly consolidating between 255 to 275 levels before bouncing back till 300 levels, which we have seen in last couple of trading sessions. So we feel the positive momentum to continue in this counter and can be bought on depth till 290, the stop loss of 268 and targeting 340 plus for the August month. So these are the rollover cost. Now to give you an insight on what exactly the rollover cost is, basically how much money you need to pay to carry forward your positions, for that is your long positions from current month to the next month. So since if the current month is supposed to take an example of any XYZ contracts, where basically if current month is trading at 100 rupees and the next month is trading at 102 rupees, so if you carry forward your positions from current month to next month, that is you square off at 100 and you buy at 102, that means 2 rupees is the extra cost which you have incurred to carry forward your positions, or carry forward your long positions from the current series to the next series. So that 2 rupees is the rollover cost. And same way, if you are short on that particular contract for the current month, so that basically that rollover cost is 2 rupees that you will gain. But if you are long, so you need to pay that rollover cost that you will lose. So this is what exactly the rollover cost is. Now there are top 10 stocks where we have seen low rollover. Now to give you an insight, which are the stocks where we have seen low rollover, first is Ambuja Cement. Now the stock have seen basically the cement stock have also seen a good amount of rally, and the stock has seen very low low, and we feel it's a short which have left out because majority of the bounce back was mainly due to short covering for this Ambuja, and with low rollover we feel that the short that have got left out the previous short which were there in this counter, and it remains a buy on dip around 385 is a strong support zone for this stock. SBI Life is another stock. Basically, if you see, it has bounced back mainly due to short covering, and it has seen a low rollover of around 72% compared to 88%. So what we feel is basically here also it's a short where it has been left out, and also there was some kind of a long additions which we have seen in SBI Life in the July month. So that would be a positive momentum to continue in this stock. The support plays at of the SBI Life. The near support is at around 1060. Granules is another counter where we have seen low rollover. Basically, the stock has seen significant short cutting along with long addition in the July series. Now with low rollover, we feel it's short that have not carried forward and can initiate longs, because there are a lot of longs which have also initiated, which have also formed in the granules in the month of July. So we can, it's a good counter to go long at the stop loss of 341, targeting 420, 440. The last is Hindalco. Of course, here the rollover percentage is quite on the lower side at 77%. But we have seen a very huge addition, that is long addition in Hindalco. 48% is the open interest change, and price have also increased by around 23%. So basically, it's very long heavy now. So however, the percentage rollover is a bit on the lower side, but the open interest base is quite on the higher side, and it's been starting the series at quite a high open interest. So it's a long heavy. However, we would consider this as a good amount of rollover on the higher side. So the positive momentum to continue in this counter because the open interest base have increased significantly, and hence we feel that the long positioning could find some kind of an positive momentum in the coming trading session. Around 435 is a good level to enter with a stop loss of 418 in Hindalco for the August month. Now, there are some of the strategies to play out for the August series. The first strategy which we will recommend is Bank Nifty ratio put spread. Now, Bank Nifty have seen good amount of short additions, and with 81% rollover, we feel that short have got carried forward to the next series also. So to play this strategy, what we can do is basically we can do a ratio put spread around 33,300 lies a very strong support zone for the Bank Nifty. And even if in case Bank Nifty drifts between this level, the current market price at 34,600. So if it goes lower, basically, but we feel that 33,300, 400 is a strong support zone and it won't breach that level. So to play out this view, what we can do is we can buy Bank Nifty 34,600 put at 420 rupees and simultaneously sell 234,000 put of Bank Nifty at 220 each. Now this is the strategy for 12th August expiry, that is the second weekly expiry of the August month. That is the 12th August expiry. What you can do is basically you can buy 34,600 put at 420 and simultaneously sell 34,000 put for two lots at 220 rupees each. So right now, if you see the net inflow is around plus 20. So even if in case Bank Nifty bounces back from the current level, we won't lose much. Basically, it would be no profit, no loss kind of a gain. However, if it drifts lower, we would be in a position to gain some kind of a profit if it expires between 34,600 and the break even is 33,380. So if it expires between this level, we would make some kind of a profit in this in this strategy. So how the break even is 33,380. So we calculated basically 34,600 minus this is the 600 points gain which we have been getting it, and the same 600 point gain if we basically deduct from 34,000 level, so that comes to 33,400, and 20 rupees is what the inflow is. So 33,380 is the break even point. So below it, the loss will start for this strategy. However, we don't have to wait. So if 33,400, 380 has been crossed until 12th of August, we need to exit and we need to, whatever loss it is in this strategy, we need to book and we need to exit from the strategy. Our maximum loss in this strategy is unlimited if Bank Nifty expires below 33,380. Now, why unlimited? Because we have sold extra put option. That's why. But if you need to play this strategy with a stop loss, the stop loss lies at around 33,400. If 33,400 breaches, Bank Nifty breaches 33,400 any time, we need to exit from the strategy. Our maximum profit of the strategy is 620 rupees per share. If Bank Nifty expires at 34,000, we'll make profit of 620 rupees per share in this strategy. Margin requirement for this strategy is around 1,50,000. If anyone has not been able to understand this strategy, seeing this payoff chart basically will make you understand. So here, how the payoff chart is: if a view goes wrong and if Bank Nifty goes on the upside, then also we won't make much of the loss. However, we'll make some kind of a profit. 20 rupees per share is what has been getting at current market price. So even if our view goes wrong, that Bank Nifty bounces back, we won't make a loss into this strategy. We'll make profit of 20 rupees per share. However, on the lower end, basically the maximum profit for this strategy would come to 34,000 level at 620 rupees per share. That is what if Bank Nifty expires on 12th of August at 34,000, then 620 rupees per share is what we'll be making in this strategy. However, below 33,380, the loss is unlimited, and we will. For this, we will advise you to keep a stop loss of 33,400. If anytime 33,400 is breached in spot, 33,400 is breached in spot, then you need to exit from the strategy. Another strategy is Nifty and Butterfly, that too for the 12th August expiry. So basically, we've been giving on the weekly month because what we feel seeing the rollover data, basically for next 10 to 15 days, we might see some kind of a consolidation, and at least for the next 10 to 15 days, we won't be able to see any kind of an level is been breached. But post that, we do expect some kind of a level is to be breached. Now, seeing the open interest data of options, it's very much difficult to predict where exactly that it will be. But seeing the low participation in Nifty, there is high chances that we can break on the higher side. So we have been giving on the weekly expiry to play out for it, and not for a monthly expiry as of now. So in Iron Butterfly, what exactly we do in Iron Butterfly, we sell at the money call and put, and simultaneously we buy out of the money call and out of the money put to hedge. Because once you sell at the money call and put, your risk is unlimited. Now to protect it, if in case we see any adverse movement in either direction, for that we create a wing as a protection to buy out of the money call and out of the money put. So here for the 12th August expiry, Nifty is current market price. Nifty at current market price of 15,750. I will advise you to sell 15,750 call and put at around. This is a combined premium of 245 rupees, and simultaneously buy 15,300 put at 20 rupees and 16,200 call at 10 rupees. So net inflow you will be getting in this strategy is 215 rupees. So lower break-even point is basically 15,750 minus 215, so 15,535, which is also a strong support zone for the market, around 15,500. That is a lower break-even point, and upper break-even point is 15,965. This is also a strong resistance zone for a market. So how you get 15,965? That is 15,750 plus 215. So maximum loss for the strategy is 235 rupees per share if Nifty expires below 15,300 or above 16,200. The maximum loss for this strategy is 235 rupees per share. However, maximum profit is 215 rupees per share if Nifty expires dot at 15,750 on 12th of August. However, we would recommend to play this strategy with a target and stop loss. So if anytime the combined premium decreases from 215 rupees to 150, at that point of time, would recommend to book profit in this strategy. And if the combined premium increases from 215 to 300 rupees, at that point of time, would advise you to book loss from this strategy and exit from this strategy. So basically, we need to and stop loss and not wait till the expiry, and the strategy will be profitable if it expires between lower break-even point and upper break-even point. So between 15,535 to 15,965, the strategy, if the Nifty expires on 12th of August, then this strategy is profitable. So margin requirement for this strategy is approximately 60,000 rupees. So this is the payoff chart, basically between 15,500 to 16,000 levels. The strategy is profitable. However, below 15,500 and above 16,000 level, we will start making loss. And the losses is around 235 rupees per share, which is the maximum loss if we wait till expiry. And if Nifty expires below 15,300 on the lower side, or about 16,200 on the higher side, then the strategy will give you a loss of around 235 rupees per share. But you don't have to wait this. You don't have to wait this till the expiry. You need to play with the target and stop loss. So if the combined premium of 220 rupees decreases from 220 rupees to 150 rupees, that is a 70 rupees gain, then you need to book profit from this strategy. And if it increases from 215 to 300 rupees, so you need to book loss from this strategy. Now there are some stock specific ideas to play out for the August series, seeing the rollover data. So these are some of the stock specific ideas. First is NAM India. We have seen a lot of long accumulation. There's huge long addition in the July month, which we have seen, and the rollover was also decent enough at 92% with high OI base, indicating majority of the position have got carry forward. Now, high OI base means series on series. Apart from 92% rollover, which is also decent enough, we have also see series on series. The open interest on this particular counter have increased. So indicating that the stock could see further upside momentum in the coming trading sessions. At current market price of 401, you can expect 442 as a target and reversal at 380. So for options, since it's a illiquid options, we won't recommend any kind of an options in it. Second is Exide Industries. The recent fall was mainly due to long unwinding in this stock. We haven't seen any kind of a short addition. The fall from 190 to 193 levels, which we have seen in the last couple of months, that is mainly due to long unwinding. Around 175, 180, there is a very strong support zone for this stock. And yesterday we did show some kind of a long addition in this counter with rise in volume. So that is a high probability that the stock could bounce back and could reverse from here. At current market price of 178, we recommend to go long with a target of 192, stop loss or reversal plays at 170. And if anyone wants to play for a high risk bets for a hero zero kind of an options, they can go long at 190, call at 2 rupees. Dabur is another stock where we have seen significant long addition in yesterday's trade with a high rollover of 97%. We feel that along with the long addition we have seen in yesterday's trade, the previous longs have also carried forward. The counter is trading above its highest call base of 600. Call is the highest in terms of open interest, been trading above it, and also have unwinding, and we have seen unwinding in this strike. So basically, the further upside can be expected. A disclaimer: on 3rd of August, the company is going to announce its result. So basically, play accordingly. So 604 at current market price, can expect 644 as a target, and reversal plays at 582. If anyone wants to go for a hero zero kind of an option, can buy 640 call at 5 rupees. DLF is another stock. We have seen real estate stock has been showing signs of breaking out, and DLF is one counter where we have seen good amount of long addition. However, rollover percentage is bit on the lower side at 85%, but here also same way like Embargo, we have seen the OI base have increased significantly, indicating that most of the longs have carried forward to the next series. OI base again is basically on a month-on-month basis, we have seen huge addition in the open interest. Now, despite low rollover, we won't signify that the long positions are not carried forward. We need to also compare this with the open interest. If month-on-month we have seen a huge spike in the open interest, so basically the OI base have also increased, so that is much more equal to the high rollover kind of a thing. So basically in DLF we have seen good amount of long addition. So can go long at current market price of 337, can target 370 with a reversal at 312, and for Hero Zero can buy 370, call at 4 rupees. The price above which have been mentioned are all the future contracts price, that is the current month and future contract price. The short ideas to play out for the August month is first Titan at current market price of 1722. The counter is seeing good amount of short addition, and the rollover is also on the higher side at 97%. The stock could remain pressure since we do feel that most of the short positions have carried forward to the next series also. So can create some kind of short positions at 1722 with a target of 1624 and reversal at 1782. For Hero Zero can buy 1620, put option at 16. So for a disclaimer here also, we have been expecting the Titan result in the next week, that is on 5th or 6th of August. ICICI GI is another stock where we have seen the negative momentum because it's a short heavy, and rollover was also quite high at 95%, indicating majority of the shorts have got carried forward to the next series. So we feel the downward momentum to continue in this counter. Current market price of 1478 can target 1400. The reversal plays at 1550. Since the options are illiquid, we won't give any kind of an Hero Zero options. And last is UPL. The recent bounce back in this counter was mainly due to short covering. The stock has seen significant amount of short positions at higher levels, and it's a sell on rise kind of a candidate. Basically, at current market price of 806, can go short with a target of 750. Reversal plays at 845 and can also buy 750 put at 15 rupees as a hero zero options. So that's it from our end. Basically, I'm sure you might have got a lot of insights about how to play for the August month. Of course, seeing the rollover data as of now, there is not much of clear indication where exactly the market could head, because there was a 2 month pure consolidation kind of a market. But there is high probability, seeing the low OI base in Nifty, that we can basically move higher and can breach the resistance of around 15,950 in the coming trading sessions in the August month. So that's it from our end.
Please do connect with us at 91769411189. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share, and click on the bell button to receive alerts of our further videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.